kind of bow down to them and think everyone here knows more than me. Okay, is what you think, and so I really started to doubt myself. And I got into situations where I became impressed with people who had all this fancy data and fancy spreadsheets and all this shit. And then I got to this point where I started to there was a turning point where I started to question them and think, hang on a minute, I don't know if you're right anymore. And you're in this world where you're trying to understand what's going on. So I remember being in like a marketing meeting and these guys, smart guys, turned up and presented all this data from all these reports and whatever groups they'd had and all these stats. And I'm looking at it thinking, I don't think I believe any of this. I don't think any of this is right.
No.
Like they were saying, oh, whatever it was, like so many % of these people said that they would buy a Sage product in the next 3 years. I'm like, I don't think that means anything. I think I would say that to you. Did they give you the card details?
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't mean anything otherwise. Yeah. And I said, well, I actually think that this is the direction to go in. And they were like, what's your evidence of that? And I'm like, well, I spoke to 2 accountants this week. And one of them wanted to talk to me quite early. Like I got a late call. He wanted to speak to me first thing in the morning at 6 a.m. And he was in tears. And he was the CEO of a large firm. And this was the real challenge that he was facing. Yeah. And they're like, well, are you prepared to kind of go for that just because like an anecdotal thing? And I'm like, yeah, I'll stick my neck on the line and go for it. And I remember I heard a story from Jeff Bezos yesterday saying that he remembers being in a meeting where they presented all this data about customer service and how fast the phone lines are answered. Yeah. And he said, well, let's ring it then.
Yeah.
And like, well, no, we've got all the no. Let's ring them now. See what happens, because that's the answer. Yeah. And sometimes, and the reason why people hide behind data, especially in big companies, and I'm not being critical of Sage at all, they're a great company. This is just what happens in big companies, is that people become fearful of their jobs. Again, not that there was a culture in that company of anything like that at all, but people naturally become fearful. So
empire building, it's normal in massive companies.
So the reason why they'll gather survey information is that then if that decision goes wrong, they can pull it back and say, yeah, but the evidence suggested this, because people don't have the courage to say, yeah, but this is what I feel.